Chapter 1, A Spectacle, you say. Third senior brother, I clearly have feelings for you. Why would you treat me like this? Why would you help her? Holy crap. Who on earth is terminally ill and blurts out such wild statements? Holy crap. It's her. Ling Miao was utterly shocked. She looked around at the people dressed in uniform robes, inexplicably swallowing hard. Where am I? As she spoke, a flood of unfamiliar memories rushed into her mind. Ling Miao fell silent, realizing she had transmigrated into a novel. It was the one she had been casually reading while killing time during her coding sessions, but she hadn't finished it before abandoning the book. Now she was Ling Miao, a cannon fodder side character with the same name and surname as herself. She and the original female lead, Ling Yu, were both daughters of the Grand Elder of the Leaving Fire sect. The female lead, Ling Yu, possessed a mesmerizing charm, captivating anyone with a Y chromosome, and her harem, consisting of various species, piled up as high as a mountain. While Ling Miao, Ling Yu's sister, was one of the contrast groups of cannon fodder in this story. She had low-grade miscellaneous spiritual roots, and was useless except for her strength. However, in the cultivation world, skills triumphed over strength, so no one had ever considered strength as a talent. In the original story, not long ago, monsters were discovered in this village, coinciding with the Leaving Fire sect's selection of new direct disciples. The sect leader ordered that whoever could eliminate the monsters in the village would become a direct disciple. Ling Yu beautifully killed the leopard monster, earning the qualification of a direct disciple, and embarking on a journey of seeking treasures and seducing men. Meanwhile, Ling Miao was bitten by the leopard monster, and later blamed Ling Yu for not saving her in time, resulting in her disfigurement. She caused a scene, embarrassing the Grand Elder, who demoted her from an inner disciple to an outer disciple. At that time, her admired third senior brother, Chun Jinshu, was also attracted by Ling Yu. Jealousy consumed her, and she repeatedly plotted against Ling Yu. Eventually, at the age of 15, she was killed by one of Ling Yu's admirers, burning in a fiery blaze. At this moment, their group of inner disciples had just encountered the leopard monster, with Ling Yu being 15 years old and Ling Miao only 10. The person she had just yelled at was Chun Jinshu. When the leopard monster pounced earlier, the original owner's first instinct was to run toward Chun Jinshu, who was standing with Ling Yu. However, instead of offering protection, he not only swiftly shielded Ling Yu, but also kicked Ling Miao away with a single blow. A hefty kick. Her butt was still sore from it. No way. What's so admirable about this jerk? Was the original owner blind? Roar. A roar came from behind, startling Ling Miao, who quickly dodged to the side, tumbling awkwardly on the ground. She got up, only to see a massive leopard monster in front of her, causing her eyes to widen in shock. This leopard monster was not on the same level as the one she remembered. It was 6 times larger, but... roar. Another roar, and the leopard monster lunged at her again. This time, Ling Miao was prepared, swiftly dodging to the side in a graceful manner. As a top software engineer at a multinational corporation in her previous life, Ling Miao was a queen of coding during the day and an underground boxing queen at night. She spent her past life researching, coding, studying, and boxing, waking up at 3 in the morning for workouts. A genuine genius, she had just achieved a significant breakthrough with her team, and she was about to become the company's youngest P1 too. But then she transmigrated, ruining everything. Thinking about this, Ling Miao felt her heart bleeding. She just wanted to find a corner and die. Roar. The leopard monster lunged at her again. Ling Miao swiftly dodged like Qin Wang evading arrows, and the leopard monster fiercely bit into the tree trunk, taking out a large chunk. Ling Miao was full of question marks as she dodged. No, isn't this the female lead's leopard monster? Why is it chasing after me? And why is there no reaction from the people around? They were waiting for the female lead to come and kill the leopard monster. So what were they waiting for? She looked at the other inner disciples around her and finally noticed that most of them wore expressions of schadenfreude. She remembered now, because she had low-grade miscellaneous spiritual roots, and only became an inner disciple due to her relationship with the Grand Elder. Many people in the sect looked down on her. A wave of unnamed anger surged within her. Fine, if they wanted a spectacle, she would give them one. Ling Yu hid behind Chun Jinshu, watching Ling Miao dodging the leopard monster's attacks, with a hint of mockery in her eyes. She didn't expect Ling Miao to be so nimble. She gently patted Chun Jinshu in front of her, giving him a shyly grateful look, then stepped forward a few steps to face the leopard monster directly. Each step seemed meticulously planned, graceful and charming. She knew that the sect master and the elders were watching the battle through the projection stones, so she couldn't let the leopard monster keep chasing Ling Miao. She drew her sword, poised in position, preparing to deliver a graceful strike to kill the leopard monster. But in the next second, boom! With a loud bang, the leopard monster flew towards the tree behind Ling Yu. In the blink of an eye, Ling Miao seized the opportunity, leaping up and throwing a fierce punch, hitting the side of the leopard monster's head. The skin on the leopard monster's face folded inch by inch in a split second, and in the next moment the huge leopard monster was sent flying and crashed into the tree. The crowd was stunned. Ling Miao, this useless person, actually punched the leopard monster to death. Seeing this scene, the surrounding inner disciples fell into a brief shock. Even Ling Miao herself was shocked beyond belief. She didn't expect her strength to be so great. She had only intended to attack the leopard monster, but the moment she punched, she clearly felt the blood and meridians in her body suddenly activate, brimming with aggression. No, since she could kill the leopard monster in seconds, why did she cry out to Cheung Jinshu for help just now? And why did she hide and dodge for so long? What was she here for? To be an atmosphere setter. The first to react among the crowd was Cheung Jinshu. He looked at the leopard monster's corpse in disbelief, then turned to Ling Miao, who stood there dumbfounded, and shouted at her with anger. Ling Miao, look at what you've done. She, a useless person, dared to snatch junior sister Yu's leopard monster. Ling Miao looked at the boy who had just scolded her. However, more conspicuous than Cheung Jinshu was Ling Yu, standing not far away with a sword in hand, her expression cold and displeased. Knowing Ling Yu was the female lead, Ling Niqing couldn't help but glance at her a few more times. Ling Yu possessed a face of striking beauty, pure and captivating. Clad in a crimson robe, she resembled a blooming lotus, truly living up to her status as a heartthrob. Yet, she was nothing more than a mere pawn, who had just lost everything. In this world, the most agonizing thing wasn't when money remained while someone passed away. Rather, it was when the money stayed, the person remained, yet they were no longer together. She felt her current state of mind akin to a Yunnan mushroom pot. Chaotic and toxic. Chapter 2. She's going down the mountain. As Cheung Jinshu noticed Ling Miao's continued indifference towards him, his frustration grew. In the past, Ling Miao would always tread carefully behind him, but now, this useless fellow not only snatched little Yu's leopard demon, but also dared to ignore him. Hey, Ling Miao, I'm talking to you. Are you deaf or something? Cheung Jinshu's voice rose involuntarily. Ling Miao withdrew her gaze, looking at him coldly. What's with the barking? You. Cheung Jinshu stumbled for a moment, raising his voice unintentionally. Do you think I'll respect you more by acting like this? Do you think by resorting to such underhanded tactics to kill the leopard demon, you can snatch the position of little Yu's successor? No one's competing with her. Take your useless child and get lost. Ling Miao sneered. It took you so long and you still couldn't kill a single leopard demon. In the end, I had to do it myself. Both of you are quite useless. Cheung Jinshu stared, his lips trembling, unable to continue. Indeed, they had stood by and watched Ling Miao for quite some time without taking action earlier, but they were just there to witness Ling Miao's failure. Who knew she would actually kill the leopard demon? And when did Ling Miao become so sharp-tongued? Seeing Cheung Jinshu and Ling Miao fall silent, the gazes of the disciples turned to Ling Yu. Sister Ling Yu, who didn't know that Ling Yu was the most favored disciple in the sect. As an inner disciple, her resources were better than even those of direct disciples. She was also talented. At just 15 years old, she had reached the mid-level of foundation building. This mission was originally just a formality for Ling Yu. Everyone knew that in the end, it would be Ling Yu who would kill the leopard demon and obtain the position of successor. Who could have expected Ling Miao, this useless person, to suddenly appear? Ling Yu clenched her fists tightly at her sides. She had never imagined that Ling Miao could kill the leopard demon. Allowing the leopard demon to attack Ling Miao was simply because she didn't like others constantly comparing Ling Miao, this useless person, to her. She just wanted to teach her a lesson. But seeing Ling Miao actually kill the leopard demon, she felt a bit panicked and at a loss, manifesting in reddened eyes. Cheung Jinshu, seeing this, felt heartbroken. Sister Ling Yu, don't be upset. Let's return to the sect. The sect master and elders will surely discern right from wrong and not let you suffer this injustice. Ling Yu nodded, but clenched her back teeth unconsciously. She thought to herself, could it be that Ling Miao, this useless person, had been pretending all along just to compete with her for this successor position? How did she not notice before that her own sister could be so scheming? But on the surface, she smiled gratefully at Cheung Jinshu. Second brother, don't say that. Miao Miao is my sister. If this successor position falls into her hands, I'll also be happy. Cheung Jinshu's eyes were full of pity. Little Yu, she's a useless person, unworthy of the successor position. You are too kind. With that, leading the group of disciples, they flew off on their swords. Ling Miao couldn't fly on a sword, so she had to walk back to the sect with the others. She walked at the back of the group, thinking more and more that something was wrong. There were so many people around. Why would the leopard demon only chase after her? What did it want from her? Was it because she was young? Because she didn't bathe? Feeling all over her body, Ling Miao untied a sachet tied to her waist. This was the only suspicious item on her body. She did have a sachet, but the leopard demon couldn't sense what was inside it. Sniffing the sachet, Ling Miao frowned. This smell. Catnip. Oh no, it's actually catnip. She remembered, this sachet was given to her by Ling Yu before they set off, saying it was a protective talisman for her. It seems that the truth of Ling Miao being bitten by the leopard demon lies here. Ling Miao sneered inwardly. It seems that this seemingly harmless little female lead wasn't entirely harmless after all. However, she wasn't stupid enough to expose Ling Yu publicly. Given her current situation, nobody would believe her anyway. As for Cheng Jinshu, as the third senior brother leading the team this time, not only did he fail to protect her when the leopard demon was chasing her, but he also kicked her to prevent her from leading the leopard demon to Ling Yu. For his actions, she could only rate him a 9, because 6 turned upside down. As the group returned to the sect, they received a message through Jade Slips, asking all disciples to gather in the main hall. Clearly, everyone had received the message. The main force changed direction, and Ling Miao followed silently, contemplating future strategies. Haha, look at her, standing there dumbfounded, like an idiot. Yeah, who does she think she is? Ling Miao was stunned, looking at the two who were clearly discussing her. Look at yourself. A useless person who only became an inner disciple because of Elder Das favoritism. Now you dare to vie with Sister Ling Yu for the successor position. Poor Sister Ling Yu, her eyes were red just now. This little vixen, how dare she? Ling Miao. The idiots who discussed others behind their backs finally appeared. After a moment of contemplation, Ling Miao quickly walked up to the two disciples who were discussing her, intentionally holding up the sachet with catnip scent. My sister personally gave me this protective talisman, but it's useless. I'm going to throw it away. The two were caught off guard by Ling Miao's sudden action, momentarily speechless. One of them, named Xue Chen, and one of Ling Yu's fervent fans, was the first to react. You really don't know what's good for you. Who gave you the right to throw away something your sister gave you? Ling Miao brought the sachet closer to him. Ah, do you want this good luck charm then? I do. He looked like a fool. Then give me 2 high-grade spirit stones. Xue Chen's eyes widened. You have no shame, actually asking for payment. Aren't you afraid of hurting your sister's feelings if she finds out? I'll offer 3 high-grade spirit stones. Sell it to me. Someone nearby chimed in, pondering. Xue Chen was stunned, reflexively raising the bid. 5 stones, but not a penny more. 10 stones. Another disciple walked over from a distance. Ling Miao glanced at him. I won't sell to anyone who hasn't cursed at me. What? I mean, I only want to share this sachet with someone who has fate with it. Ling Miao quickly changed her tune, stuffing the sachet into Xue Chen's hand, and taking his 5 high-grade spirit stones, kindly reminding him, my sister said this protective talisman is extremely effective when encountering leopard demons. Xue Chen ignored her, happily pocketing the sachet. Ling Miao also happily pocketed the spirit stones. On the way back, she had thought it over. Most of the people in this sect were idiots. She's going down the mountain. She didn't want to stay with the female lead and her harem anymore.